Show. Turn up your mind.
Donald Trump has spent 2 years attacking American elections, but now he's hoping voters will return him to power.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
Surrounded by loyalists and members of his Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach, Florida, Trump largely stuck to the script written by his advisors, boasting about his record as president, attacking Joe Biden, and for the most part, staying clear of the election lies voters soundly rejected in the midterm elections.
America's comeback starts right now.
Some fellow Republicans have blamed Trump for the party's failure to win big in the midterms. Trump acknowledged Republicans should have done better, but he said that was because Americans don't yet realize how bad things are under Joe Biden.
The citizens of our country have not yet realized the full extent and gravity of the pain our nation is going through, and the total effect of the suffering is just starting to take hold.
Trump's candidacy is clouded by multiple criminal investigations and lawsuits, from the investigation into the classified documents he took from the White House to a New York criminal investigation into his company. Just hours before he announced his campaign, Trump's longtime chief financial officer, Alan Weisselberg, took the stand, describing how the company schemed to avoid paying taxes.
Whoops.
Like many other Republicans, New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu greeted Trump's announcement with a shrug.
Whatever announcements may or may not be happening tonight, frankly, nobody's going to care.
But not long after Trump started speaking, President Biden posted a video portraying him as a threat to America.
We will treat those people from January 6th fairly, and if it requires pardons, we will give them pardons.
There were some notable absences at Trump's big announcement in Mar-a-Lago. There were no members of Congress there except for Madison Cawthorn, who is about to leave Congress because he lost re-election. No governors. And Donald Trump Jr. wasn't there. He was out west hunting and said he had a hard time getting a flight back due to weather. And Ivanka Trump, the president's daughter, was not there. She put out a statement after the announcement saying, "While I will always love and support my father, going forward, I will do so outside the political arena." Remember, George, she was a big part of his last campaigns and his White House.
Yes, because she already got her payday. Her husband got $2 billion from the Saudis, who, are doing absolutely nothing to help us in the midst of a, global recession or global inflation. But, okay. And also she got her Chinese patents while she was senior advisor to the president of the United States, who happened to be her daddy. Oh, my God. Well, they're going to spend all their time in the House of Representatives not doing anything to make your life better. They're not going to do anything to, allow for the rest of us to negotiate, like our insurance carriers, to negotiate the price of prescription drugs or insulin that, we have to pay. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to sit there and say that Hunter Biden is your problem. Somehow Hunter Biden, where Jared walked away with $2 billion from a government that literally dismembered a man with a bone saw, literally dismembered him, cut his arms and legs off and put him in a garbage bag. Okay. But that's not an impediment for, to stop doing business with them if you're Jared, right? So he took $2 billion from them. But we're going to focus on whether or not Hunter Biden, lied on an application to get a handgun. Right, because that's what is the impediment to our progress, whether or not Hunter Biden lied on an application to get a handgun. Like I said, I could save them all these hours of time in their hearings. The answer is, yeah, he did. Okay, move on. But, no. And so how do you win elections? Well, obviously, the insulin cap, the $35 insulin cap for seniors, Medicare, that hasn't even taken hold yet. That's not even in place. These things don't even occur until 2023. In 2023, you will start to see the results of the Inflation Reduction Act. You will start to see some of the benefits that were, that were negotiated in this bill and passed and signed into law. We haven't even seen the lower drug prices for older Americans yet. We haven't seen the corporations pay their 15% minimum tax. Okay, we haven't seen the completion of the semiconductor factories yet, right? So we're just starting the construction on a lot of infrastructure projects, right? So it's all going to get so much better going forward. But Donald Trump would have you believe that, the suffering has just begun. And no, the suffering is over because you left. Because you left and you stopped telling people to take hydroxychloroquine or to shine UV lights up their bum as a cure for COVID. We actually went out there and got, millions, hundreds, tens of millions of people vaccinated. And now the death rate from COVID is down by like 99%. It's unbelievable. He talked a great game, but, about infrastructure. It's Infrastructure Week. It became a joke. Every week was Infrastructure Week. We actually passed an infrastructure package. And you know what's going to pass the Senate now? Oh, it already did. So they voted in the Senate whether or not they, it's called cloture, to see if they had 60 votes to end the debate on the Respect for Marriage Act. And if you have 60 votes to end debate on the Respect for Marriage Act, then you can go ahead and vote on the Respect for Marriage Act and know that you're going to have 60 votes to pass it. That just happened. The final tally is 62 to 37. There are 62 votes to pass the Respect for Marriage Act, which, by the way, now says that gay marriage performed in one state must be respected by the other states that don't really want to respect gay marriage, but now they have to. And it also protects interracial marriages from being torn asunder by Clarence Thomas of all people.